Peace, love, and light to you all out there. This is your host again, Limitless, back with another episode of Limitless Talk. And guys, a lot is going on. You know, it's like the closer we get to the actual New Year's, and for those who don't know, New Year's is not in on the 1st of January, all right? January is actually the 11th month. February the 12th and March the 1st. Hey, go do your research, all right? Uh don't go off on me. I'm just a messenger. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot has been happening. And the geopolitical tension that's now resulted into, both sides throwing stones at each other, even though they're all in on it together, it's nothing but a distraction. This guy's any excuse, anything to blame the current financial situation, the current global financial situation on, they will take. And they will find anything, any excuse, any playbook they can dig their hands on. Either it's war, cyber attack, fraudulent activity, all these sort of things, guys. They will use anything in their power. And guys, this is all nothing but a movie. I can't stress these things enough. The world is a stage, all right? Everything you see is a game, and if you fall for the game, you're the one playing. You understand what I'm saying? So it's important we understand exactly how the world work, all right? This is why pages like mine, where we talk about exactly what's going on. And guys, things play out exactly the way we say. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people expect these things, to play out the next day or 2 days. No, that's not how that work. Okay? Things are planned and it's got to be executed in a way that it looks natural, but it's not freaking natural. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people like to talk sweet, talk all that sweet game, but they lack the understanding of what's going on exactly. That's why all this guy talking sweet miss me with all that. You understand what I'm saying? Just miss me with all the sweet talk coming like M&Ms. Shit. Anyways, guys, as usual, we're gonna have a look at the market. Obviously, right now, as I'm doing this, the market is closed, but as we can see, the dollar closed in a red zone. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning the stock market pumped, as we can see right here. Everything went up, and of course, we can't forget that's off the back of the repos that they did on Friday, which is gonna be due on Monday. And again, look at the rate. You can't make these things up, guys. You can't borrow money at this sort of rate. You just can't. It's impossible. You cannot. All right. You can't. This is damn near 0%. You understand what I'm saying? So so that's why we saw the dollar down a bit, and of course we know on the weekend, everything just stays in green and keeps pumping. So you look in US as well, green, Europe, green, Asia, green. Apart from that one there, you understand what I'm saying? You look at rates, obviously, because the market's closed right now. There's no figure for the rate, but you can see everything is still below that. The US is like the benchmark. The US is the only one that's really, and Italy, we know Italy messed up their economy, so they're really close to that 2% rate mark. You understand what I'm saying? But we know eventually they're all gonna jump. Maybe not the Asian market, because we know Asia is leading us into this whole new digital economy. So let's keep an eye out on these indicators, and of course we understand exactly what's going on. Again, if we look at the volatility index, the VIX, again, VIX went down, and what did we see? We saw all these different indexes shoot up. Nothing new, guys. Once you understand the fundamentals, you know where the money is coming from, who's printing the money, where the pushing the money to look. The money literally gets created out of nothing and they push it into the market. That's why the market is fake. You understand what I'm saying? The market is fake. Only a select few companies, right, make up this market. And these select few companies are controlled by the asset managers for the central banks. We're talking about BlackRock, Grayscale, Vanguard, all these big, big fund management companies. They're the one that own the biggest shares. JP Morgan, which happens to be a bank as well, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Central Bank of England. All these guys, you gotta understand the game, guys. You have to understand the game. It's all a game. So, and we can see as well the crypto market took a dip, just like we've alerted ourselves to the futures and options that was expiring on the 24th and 25th, backed and CME. So of course we saw crypto took a nice dip, but on Friday when the repos came in, we saw that we lifted up right very quickly. Currently, Bank of England is still telling us that inflation is at 5.5%. Yeah, you keep believing now, right? These are the sweet talkers. The sweet talkers are the ones believing this shit. No, nobody else is believing this except for the sweet talkers. So, anyways, let's move into the news. We've got 4 U.S. companies will pay $26 billion to settle claims they feel the opioid, opioid. I can't pronounce that. Opioid crisis, guys. This is crazy. You understand what I'm saying? We know the pharmaceutical industries. They use chemicals. Their whole product baseline is synthetic chemicals. It's synthetic. It's all fake. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when they give you something, you gotta take something else for the side effect. The other thing gives you. So should they be paying more than this? Yes, they should be paying more than this. But we know because they they're very powerful. That's why amongst four largest U.S. corporations that are pharmaceutical, they're paying 26 billion. That's it. That's all it is. But hey, we know the game is rigged. Next, we've got the president of Ukraine, which we know he is an actor because he's appeared in a TV show. He played the president in a TV show before he became the real president. And guys, if you still don't realize the world is a stage and everything is set up, and you still think these things these things are fake and and it's all conspiracy. Well, yo, you're in for a rude awakening. All right, you either awaken at your own pace or you get rushed to the awakening, at which point there's no guarantees you will not fall to the sword. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they want. They want a lot of people to perish. You understand what I'm saying? And we know this guy is descended from the Jewish community. And those who understand who they are, you know what's going on, innit? You know what's going on. So this guy said, "This might be the last time you see me alive." Zelensky reportedly concedes in call with EU leaders that is in personal peril. U.S. State Department spokesperson Ned Price noted Thursday that the Ukrainian president is a prime target for Russian aggression. Guys, this is nothing but a movie. Look at that. It sounds like, the part of the movie where you will never see me again. I gotta go now. You know, like, it's a movie. It's a movie. Next, we've got Ukraine invasion hits global markets at 77 billion is wiped off FTSE 100 in worst day in years. So the top UK 100 companies lost 77 billion combined in a day. Guys, anything to blame the current financial crisis on. Guys, you just wait till the central banks start tapering the balance sheet, and these companies start having to pay a higher interest rate, or the central bank starts to claw back the money that they've dumped into these companies. Just wait. Just wait. And remember, when they start doing that, the crisis is only going to intensify, because they don't want you to see what's going on. They need a reason to blame. They need something to blame all this, you know, financial crisis we've got currently. The current debt-based system is unsustainable. It's it's criminal, the current system. Money should only be created. I'm gonna keep repeating this. Money should only be created at the request of the people. But what we see is the central banks, the government, they're all colluding together and just printing money out of nothing and giving it to corporation, using it to buy assets. That's thief. That's monopoly. And again, if you fall for the game, you're the fucking one playing. Alright? Pardon my French. But you're the one playing. Next, we've got oil surges above $100 for the first time since 2014, before powering gains. Oil is gonna surge, guys. Oil is a commodity, and not just any commodity. One of the top major commodity that makes the economy run. There's nothing we create that we make that does not use energy. And our current supply of energy is predominantly from burning fossil fuel. That's it, guys. Your coal station, your gas stations, all of these things. Guys, all the power stations, they're burning fossil fuel to create energy, to create your gas, your diesel, your petrol, your butane, whatever you might think of. That's where it's going. And if this whole Russia-Ukraine issue is going on, Russia is a major oil exporter. You understand what I'm saying? And anything you do to Russia is going to affect the entire globe. Why? Especially the West. Why? Because Russia supplies the West in terms of energy. It's a movie, guys. They're literally creating problems that they know is going to come back to bite them in the ass. But they don't care, because again, it's all planned out. There's an agenda. There's a corporate agenda going on. And hey, anything to ensure that corporate agenda is successful. And anyone out there that's thinking in a sweet manner, thinking, oh, they just need to talk amongst it. There's no talking. Okay? If you bother to watch all these conferences, you will see that they don't want to talk. They're not interested in any amicable solution. They want to escalate this situation. That's the game. They want to escalate. They don't want to de-escalate. They want to escalate. So allow all that sweet talk. You need to start worrying about yourself. How you going to help yourself? Alright? How you going to safeguard yourself from all this BS? Next, we've got EU Commission to remove Russian banks from SWIFT cross-border network. While condemning the Russian President Vladimir Putin's move to place siege across Ukraine, the EU Commission committed to undertake a series of measures to isolate Russia from the international financial system, which is the SWIFT system. Now, initially, they said, I watched the UK Parliament and they were talking about, oh, they're not going to do that, this, blah, 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 blah. But I knew they were going to do it. You see, anything you hear this lot say, just know they're doing the opposite. They're doing the opposite or gonna do the opposite. So it's no brainer. You understand what I'm saying? And they need to hurt the West. This is all to bring the West to its knees. Remember, the West is not actually the one in power. The West is just the one being used right now. And the real superpowers, the real, degenerates that call themselves elites with the power, they have no allegiance to either West, East, South. They don't care. Alright? They just use who's convenient at that point in time. And once they're done with you, they discard you. You see, you've got a lot of, Western people thinking, oh, this will never happen. No, it will happen, and guess what? You'll get used to it. You understand what I'm saying? You'll get used to not being in power anymore. The West have been in power for hundreds of years, and there's a change coming, and a lot of these sweet talking idiots can't accept that reality. But it will happen whether you want to accept it or not. The West is done. It's done. And everything they're doing is by design. We're going into a new system where everything will be tracked. Robots, algorithm, drones, crypto. And crypto, if you look up the meaning of crypto, there's a hidden message in there. And the hidden message is crypto is for the robots. It's not for you. It's for the robots, the algorithms to communicate amongst each other. That's why it's called distributed ledger technology, a cryptograph. 24/7 operation. Understand that, guys. Next, we've got U.S. allies agrees to limit Russia's access to SWIFT banking system. Now, this is the same news off of this, but I just want you guys to see how, the different media brings out their rhetorics. You understand what I'm saying? Here it says EU Commission to remove Russia. US allies agrees to limit Russia. Who are the US ally? The Europeans. The Europeans control US. US is like the the security behind Europe that's protecting Europe. You understand what I'm saying? And then here you have EU, UK, Canada, US pledge to remove selected Russian banks from interbank messaging system SWIFT. Now they've listed them here. You understand what I'm saying? So you can include Australia, New Zealand, and all these other allies, and that it's all of them. You understand what I'm saying? The US, European allies, and Canada agreed to disconnect specific Russian banks from society, from the Society for Worldwide International Interbank Financial Telecommunication (SWIFT). SWIFT is an independent enterprise based in Belgium that serves as an internal messaging system between more than 11,000 banks and financial institutions in over 200 countries and territory. A country's removal from SWIFT means that key banks will be severed from much of the global financial system. And who do you think that's gonna hurt, right? When the Russians decide and say, okay, you want to cut us off? Oh, all right. We'll take our oil to who can pay us. You understand what I'm saying? We'll take our energy supply to who can pay us. Nord Stream 2 agreement, they've already cancelled that. They've already put a stop to it. Guys, they're trying to hurt Europe. And when I say Europe, they're trying to hurt Western Europe. That's the agenda. Western Europe. Next, we've got Expeditors International shuts down computer systems after cyber attack. The logistics giant hasn't said when it will fully restore operation. Guys, and again, the sweet talkers, they don't understand what they're talking about when they talk. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of sweet talkers out there. I'm telling you. That's why you gotta be careful where you get your information from, because all they do is talk sweet. Because they don't want to face reality. They can't fathom that these things are actually planned, and the desired result is based on the action being taken. Tell me, if these people does not want the world economy to go to shit, why would they be taking the actions they're taking? Because the actions they're taking is what's resulting in the issues we're seeing in the economy. So again, just use your brain, use your logic, think critically, because a lot of people can't do that. Stop drinking tap water. It's got tons of fluoride in it. And guess what? Stop cooking with tap water, because when you boil fluoride, it multiplies. So don't think if you boil it like you're gonna kill the fluoride. No. The research is out there. When you boil tap water, the fluoride content multiplies. You understand what I'm saying? Your oh man. You're calcifying your pineal gland, which is where most of your, you know, ancient ancestral uh, knowledge sits. And if you can't tap into them to think, hey, you're screwed, man. And then you couple in the education system on the job it's done in brainwashing people. No wonder people are stupid. They rely on these so-called experts because they've got 10 PhDs and all this crap. Hey, the experts are running you into the ground. And it's time for you to pick up the books yourself, listen to people that talk sense, or again, you fall to the sword. The choice is yours. All right? Nobody's forcing anyone to do anything. We all have choices to make. And of course, while all of this is going on, WHO is busy making deal with a German telecommunication company, which is a subsidiary of the Deutsche, corporation, to basically create COVID vaccine verification app. Guys, this is coming. You see, once the agenda is complete and they've trashed everything completely, in order for you to get back into the system, you have to show that you've got this COVID vaccination. You understand what I'm saying? That you've got the nanolipids particles inside your body, right? That can receive and send biometric data, biometric frequency, that can send information in general. Because a lot of people still think they're not bugged up already. Look, the microchip itself, you will take willingly. You understand what I'm saying? Because you just feel like, I need it anyway. Because they're gonna couple everything together. But in terms of, what they want to use to know and control you and track you, that's already in your body. That's why everyone that's lined up for this vaccination, you're screwed, man. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you're screwed. Whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. All right, go to Moderna's website and look up their article on mRNA. Read it. Read it careful. Be careful when you're reading it. Look up any words you don't understand, because part of why people don't understand what they're reading is because there's a word in there that they fail to look up. And people are so lazy, their attention span is so minuscule that all they want to do is scroll through social media, you know, and just look a bunch of stuff. And that is training you to have a short attention span. Literally. They've been brainwashing us, conditioning us for time. But hey, those of us that are chosen and see what's going on, we see what's going on, and we're coming out of the trance. We're coming out of the brainwashing. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, if you're two-third, you're two-third. You're seeing the two-third view. That's it. You understand? But hey, the agenda carries on. So don't think COVID is over. They're coming. They are coming. COVID ain't over. This is just it's a uh mid-cycle show, you can think of this as. And like I said, China is the main uh issue that nobody's paying attention to. But we'll see in due time. We'll see in due time. Next, we've got ISO20022 in Byte. Get ready for November 2022. We've been hearing talks of this for a while. We've talked about this ISO20022 standard and all the different digital asset organization involved, including the current tech companies involved like IBM, Consensus, SAP, and all that. Guys, look, this is happening whether you like it or not. It's happening whether you understand it or not. As a matter of fact, they don't want you to understand what's happening. They don't want you to. And a lot of people, again, don't understand, but they talk sweet. Sweetness ain't gonna save you, okay? Next, we've got 9.9 million in crypto sent to Ukraine, includes almost 2 million from NFT sales. Thousands of people have donated millions in crypto to help support Ukraine versus Russia. Guys, we know the they're gonna bring these things up in your face more and more and more, so you'll see exactly what is going on. While at the same time, they're talking in the news that you should not get into this because it's fraudulent, it's volatile, this, that. They're the ones doing it all, okay? And if you're too chicken shit to wanna invest in the future of the world's economy, hey, again, that is a decision you're making because you're too much of a bum to go do your own research and see that these people are the same people telling you not to get involved. They're involved. They're involved. What does that tell you? And they're putting billions in it. What, are they not scared of losing their money? If they're not scared, why should you be scared? You understand what I'm saying? Guys, you gotta learn to think critically, man. You gotta remove fear. You see, fear is one of their major weapons. That's why you see people that uplift people that talk about these things and not in a fearful manner. They censor us because as much as fear is contagious, you get what I'm saying? Courage is also contagious. That's why they need the people's frequency at a certain level. Okay, they need the consciousness of the people at a certain level. And as long as they can have the majority, right? They don't need to have everyone. They just need the majority for the agenda to carry on. That's why these things can't be stopped, because majority buy into the bullshit. That's it. Okay? So, guys, we know what's coming. If you're going to get into crypto and you don't want to fall to all these fraudulent activities, watch carefully what you're investing into, vet it properly. Don't try to say you want to make quick buck. Invest for 5, 10, 15 years. Don't say you want to make a quick buck a month or two down the line. That's how you fall for fraudulent activities. All right? And get yourself a private cold wallet. Keep your asset away from the exchanges. So, because even if the exchanges get hacked, you're not affected because there's no regulations that states these exchanges have to pay you. Unlike right now, if your money gets stolen due to what it's in your bank account and stuff like that, the banks have to refund you, right? Because there's a regulation that states they have to, because it's up to them to make sure they have the proper infrastructure in place to ensure things like that does not happen. Okay, but in crypto we don't have that yet, but it's coming. All right, it is coming. Next, we've got BNY Mellon Plot's launch of crypto custody platform. Okay, you see, these big institutions, they're spending money to create infrastructure to allow them to get involved with crypto, to get customers. Okay, but they will tell you don't get involved because it's fraudulent. You're gonna lose your money, and you too chicken shit as well to believe and think, yeah, man, yo, universal basic income is coming. It's gonna be central bank digital currency that's programmable. Okay, they will tell you how long you have to spend it once they dump it into your account, where you can spend it, and what you can spend it on. Okay, I don't need to be stressing these things again. We should all know this by now. And I know this is not to the people who already understand what's going on. This is for those who are still in doubt, or those who are still even in complete denial. You understand what I'm saying? Get your shit together. All right? You ain't got much time. You don't have much time, because soon this crypto assets, once regulation comes in, you won't even be able to register to an exchange without having a vaccine passport. I guarantee you that. So you might want to pack your bags. All right? You might want to pack your bags before all these things happen, before everything is implemented. Again, the people aren't involved in the political system enough to influence none of these things. You've just delegated your power of sovereignty away, and you think it's nothing. You think that's not important. You see, God Almighty gave you sovereignty to do as you wish, as long as you're not hurting any other living soul or living entity. But hey, People are too brainwashed to even realize that they gave the government a delegated power. That's why the queen says, I need to address my subjects, because the people have decided to be subjected under her. You choose. It's a decision you make. Again, you're not forced to do anything. All right. If you don't want to subject to the queen, all you have to do is write to the queen like, I don't agree to this. I want to be on my own. That's it. You won't be bothered. Okay. Next, we've got European Central Bank urges haste on crypto regulation amid Russia sanctions. The European Union should move quickly to approve cryptocurrency regulation that prevents Russia from evading sanctions after invading Ukraine, according to European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde. Guy, you get used to these people's name. You know, Giancarlo, Christine Lagarde, um, what's his name? The American Central Bank President, Jerome Powell. You know, pay attention to all these guys. Know who they are. So when you hear their name, okay, the information is important to listen to, because again, most people don't watch these conferences they have, and this is where the information are mentioned, right? If you hear it directly from the people before the mainstream media blends it and mixes it up into crap, you pick out some good shit. But hey, all motherfuckers want to do is scroll through social media with with nothing profitable. Anyways, listen to this. Listen to this.
The crypto question that you had. Um, as you know, whenever there is a ban, a prohibition, or a mechanism in place to boycott or prohibit, there are always criminal ways that will try to circumvent the prohibition of the ban, which is why it is so critically important that MiCA is pushed through as quickly as possible so that we have a regulatory framework within which crypto assets can actually be caught in a regulatory framework. And by the way, it's all very well to be in cryptos, but that's not it. You have to move from cryptos to stable coins to eventually fiat currency. Now, there are ways, whether DLT or not, to actually pierce that veil and to make sure that criminal activity is actually pursued and properly dealt with.
You heard that, guys. But one thing I don't agree with there is, moving back into fiat currency. Why do I need to go into a depreciating asset? Why do I need to do that? You see, very soon cryptocurrencies will be accepted pretty much everywhere, and you would not need to convert your crypto into fiat currency, because why would you need to do that? You see, fiat currency will be for the peasants. It will be for the peasants. The rich folks, their money is gonna be in crypto, because they're gonna inflate this economy so bad, and we're still going up, guys. We're still going up. If you like, try to short this market. That's at your own peril. Okay? Try to short. I dare you. I dare you. Look, this is from December. Let's just say 6th of December to 14th of February. What have they been doing? They've been buying assets. They're continuing to buy. Okay? Look at that. You can't make these things up. You see, it's on the upwards trend. They're not done, guys. I can't stress these things enough. Okay? Pay attention, guys, because like I said, let those who have ears hear and those who have eyes to see. Not everyone is going to be able to understand this, and not everyone is going to be able to see this for what it is. That's why you should count yourself very, very blessed if this is making sense to you. Okay? If it's making sense to you, you are blessed. And there's a reason it's making sense to you. And if it's not making sense to you, hey, you're also blessed, but not in the good way. You understand what I'm saying? Or should I put it this way? You're screwed, all right? Because your own ignorance is what's going to destroy you. It's a decision you're making. Everyone's got a decision to make, all right? Understand that. Everyone has a decision to make, and nobody's going to force you. You might be coerced into it, which is against law, but trust me, the universe does not care about that. All right? Natural law that the Most High God put in place does not care about that. That's why if you're going to stand for something, you stand for it. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to stand for something, you stand for it even in the face of death. That's why if you read the scriptures, you'll see several instances of people, different characters, in the face of death and still stood for their faith. This is why the Bible's got nothing to do with religion. It's a basic natural principle. It's got nothing to do with religion. The Messiah did not come to teach you about religion. You need to go read that again. He didn't come to teach you about religion. He came to teach you about a way of life. And the Israelites, they understood it. Even though they went off as well, but they still understood it. They understood the secrets of the world. They were given the secret knowledge, the esoteric knowledge of the world. Okay? And that's what's still being used to today. You see, the ancient history, all the history we've got is just a continuation up until today. Everything's still going on. That's why when you read the scriptures, it tells you all the different prophecies that are still yet to come. Some of them have happened, and some of them are still yet to come. The Great Tribulation is about to hit the peak. And hey, a lot of people are going to be left out. A lot of people are going to be destroyed. Don't be one of them. Just don't be. All right? Don't be. Educate yourself. Understand how the world really works. With all that being said, I appreciate you all listening in as usual. Please remember to share with your friends, families, and loved ones, because we all need to re-educate ourselves and understand how the world really works. Because there's robots, algorithms, drones, everything's about to be automated. They don't need human labor anymore. Things are about to change. And they're using crisis to bring in all these things just so they can continue to maintain power. Okay? It's all about money. Peace.